Here's the thing about the gap. Most people are aware of it. They can feel on some level the distance between the life they're living and the life they know they're capable of. Between who they are today and who they could be. But instead of that gap being motivating, instead of it being a compass, it becomes a source of a quiet shame, a background hum of not enough. And so they stop looking at it, they push it down, and the gap stays. Today we're going to change your relationship with the gap entirely. The first and most important shift is this. The gap is not evidence of failure, the gap is evidence of vision. Only someone who can see where they could be experiences the gap. A person with no sense of direction, no aspiration, no inner compass, they don't feel it. The gap is actually a sign that your daimon is alive and communicating. The ancient philosophers understood this. The Stoics talked about making progress. Prokopton, again, definitely pronounced wrong, the one who is advancing, not the one who has arrived. There is no arrival. There is only the ongoing daily practice of becoming. You will never fully close the gap. That is not the point. The point is to keep moving towards it and to find meaning in the movement itself. This reframe is everything. Because when you stop trying to eliminate the gap and start trying to honour it, to respond to it with daily action rather than daily guilt, something shifts. The gap becomes your companion, not your critic. Let's get specific about what the gap actually looks like, because it's different for everyone. Your gap might be the distance between how you currently treat your body and how you know you could. It might be the distance between the work you're doing and the work that you know you're capable of. It might be the gap between how present you are with the people that you love and how present you want to be. It might be something even more fundamental, a sense that the whole shape of your life doesn't quite match the shape of who you are inside. Whatever it is, I want to invite you to do something. Get honest about it. Not brutal, kind, but honest. Because you can't navigate towards something you refuse to look at. Write it down. 2 columns. Who am I today in this area? And who do I want to become? Don't overthink it. Your first honest answers will be the truest ones. The gap named becomes something you can navigate. The gap avoided becomes a life lived slightly off course. So how do you actually start closing it? The answer is both simpler and harder than most people expect. Simpler because it doesn't require a dramatic transformation. Harder because it actually requires showing up consistently. The gap doesn't close in giant leaps. It closes in micro movements, daily. The conversation you have differently, the hour you protect, the habit you honour, the choice you make that your higher self would make. Each of those micro movements is an act of arete. Each one is a vote cast for who you're becoming. And over time, days become weeks, weeks become months, months become years, and you look back and realise that the gap has quietly, steadily been closing. The Stoics had a concept for this, amor fati, love of fate. Not just accepting what comes, but embracing the whole journey, including the gap, including the struggle, as part of the path. You don't close the gap despite the difficulty, you close it through it. Here's the final piece of the gap framework that I want you to take away. When you commit to closing the gap, when you make daily movement towards your higher self, your primary orientation in life, something extraordinary happens. The gap becomes your identity, not the shame of it, the direction of it. You stop being a person who is failing to be who they should be. You become the person who is actively, deliberately, day by day, becoming who they were always meant to be. Those are 2 completely different people. They might look similar from the outside, but inside, the experience of being them is worlds apart. One is haunted by the gap, the other is guided by it. Choose to be guided. In the final video of this series, we're bringing together everything. All the ideas, the daimon, eudaimonia, arete, euthymia, stoicism, the gap. we're going to turn them into a simple daily practice. Something you can start tomorrow, something that requires no special equipment, no perfect circumstances, no particular level of enlightenment. Just you, your awareness, and a willingness to take the next small step. Better for the individual, good for the hive. I'll see you in the next one.